One call, SCIZZA. Mr. SCIZZA. One call, SCIZZA. Mr. SCIZZA. One call.
How long being a barber until you had the vision of your brand and pursuing the barbershop and the brand?
Okay, so to touch on a little bit, so what I was saying right now is just along the years in general, mainly as I was a barber, I started taking initiative in just entrepreneurship and going to a lot of seminars. At first I was looking for like free seminars, then I
That's what I
started
knew
going
you was getting into, because you was getting into the barber. You
shows
was cutting on stage and shows and shit.
but not even the shows, like business seminars that had nothing to do with barbering. And that was like something I started taking initiative in just because like I really fell in love with the business side of business, not just barbering, just business with like branding yourself, creating a logo, you know, generating clients and customers and clientele. Very much like looked at the structure of like Apple, that I like that Apple was never, as far as I know, like trying to compete with anyone else or Samsung or anything. They just kind of did their thing, created a good culture, created good products, and they weren't like, this company's bad, we're better. It was just like, we're doing our thing and this is what we do.
We're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
So I always like that. But to backtrack to the brand is, I specifically remember, I don't know if you remember, when we were in barber school, I already had my personal Instagram, still had the same one, Who is Yoshi.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come up with a barber brand. I wanted to separate myself because at one of these seminars, they said to separate your personal from business. Whatever it is, they're like, yo, you know, you can't be like mixing the two. You know what I'm saying? You can, but they said it's good to have your business one for business and your personal one for personal. You know what I'm saying? They always said like, you know, don't post, you know, you party and all this. People don't want to see it on your business page. That was just their analogy or example that they used.
That's how I am.
So I remember us in barber school, literally like just during class, like sitting on my phone trying to think of a cool name, like creating an Instagram and be like, what's something catchy? What's something catchy? And I kept like, I saw a lot of names I like. What's a guy? One of my friends, he has a shop called Fade Addicts. I always thought that was a cool name, Fade Addicts. Then there was a big brand now, a big entrepreneur, Pacino's. I was like, Pacino's. I like because
Still in Target.
It's in Target, and I think Walmart also. But I liked the simplicity. So to me, it was about simplicity with being catchy, with also like pushing your point across. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So coming up, me and my girl at the time just going over like names, and I think the first one I had was Cuts for Cash. I think I liked it a lot. I was like, yo, Cuts for Cash. You know what made me think about it? It's not even open anymore. I think maybe they did online. Toys R Us. So Toys R Us, being a toy store, I just like the simplicity of it. Toys R Us.
Yeah.
We are toys. We have toys. That's what we have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I liked Cuts for Cash. Just stood out to me. I liked because cuts and cash, the same amount of letters. The 4 is like a divider. I liked it. And then she's the one that was like, what about Cuts for Sale? Because cash to me was like, cash. I want to be like too like specific. Yeah, I want a little bit more broad. Let me step back a little bit. So cuts for sale. I just liked it because
we were just talking about your name.
I love it.
Yo,
I love it.
since
You have
Sarah,
the best
that was the
name.
best thing you've ever done.
We were just saying like, yo, his logo is too dope.
So
name's too dope.
because it was so good. So some people think cuts for sale is meaning like cuts on sale. Cuts for sale doesn't mean cheap cuts. It just means we're selling cuts.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
sale,
what I get out
sale
of it.
doesn't mean cheap. Sale means we're selling.
No. They're for sale, not on sale.
Yeah, not on sale. That's perfect.
No,
perfect.
for sure. That's what I get out of it. I don't
Yeah.
get that like you're giving discount cuts.
No,
So-
I'm saying like I sell you something. Doesn't mean it's on sale. Like the price is lower than usual.
So that name, when I came across that name, that was already golden for me. And then I reached out to a graphic artist named Fricks84 on Instagram, just because I like the simplicity of his logos.
You just got a free shout out.
For real, free plug. So he came and he designed this for me, and very good as far as him with customer service, where it was expensive, probably more than I could afford at the time, but it wasn't like one mock-up and that was it. It was like as many revisions as you need until you like it.
Yeah.
Until we came across this one, which to me this incorporates
This is perfect.
the simplicity with it stood the test of time.
I don't care what brand you tell me. Walmart, Target, I don't give a fuck. Cuts for Sale is the most fire logo
No, I
right now.
I've loved it.
Period.
That's been the business-wise,
This one,
entrepreneurship has been the best brand that I've done as far as name and logo, combination.
But-
and we've done many variations of it.
We were
but-
talking about you can change this to other business avenues,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna say them out loud because I don't want nobody to think.
Okay.
But yeah, we was
Put it
talking
on
about
the
it.
camera.
We was
On the
taking.
camera.
We was talking about it.
Yeah.
There's already some in the works.
Once we put the stuff on YouTube, you gotta be careful what you say.
Yo, dead ass, because people will take your fucking ideas, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
Once you put it out in the universe, it's out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Dead ass. And people
But
yo,
so that's what's crazy. Back then, coming up with this name in barber school, becoming a brand. But the thing is that back
So the
then,
brand started in barber school, but how long being a barber after barber school until you decided you wanted to pursue that brand, you wanted to open your shop with that brand name.
But okay, so more than the brand, what I liked is that back then people were very much known by their brand. So I started the whole Cuts for Sale. I started pushing that. People would call me Cuts for Sale. You know what I'm saying? Just like people call you Scissor Hands, Scissor. You know,
Mr.
Mr. Scissor, Scissor Hands. People back then they were calling you by your brand. So this was never a barber shop. It was just me. I was Cuts for Sale. People knew me as Cuts for Sale, and I was pushing that. I was pushing that Cuts for Sale, the name. But from the beginning, that's what sold me, that it wasn't Yoshi's Barbershop. It wasn't Yoshi's Cuts. It wasn't Yoshi's Cuts for Sale. It was Cuts for Sale. So I like that it could always be more if I ever wanted it to be, which I didn't plan on it being. I was happy with being known as Mr. Cuts for Sale.
Yeah. I'm banking on Scissor Hands, and I envy your shit because I used something that was already out there. Like when I was at that first barbershop with you,
Yeah.
and we put our Instagram
Did you have
names,
Scissor Hands then?
it was Landon_Scissor_Hands.
Yeah. So
And
you
I was
shortened
like-
it.
I shortened it, but I changed the spelling because I was
Yeah.
like, man, I don't want to deal with this. And if y'all don't know, I'm Jamaican by default. all,
By association.
all my friends are Jamaican, and they be like, "Wagwan, Mr. Scissors." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or SCIZZA. What's up, SCIZZA?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, the way they say it is how I gotta spell it.
Yeah.
You know, so that I don't have any issues in the future. You know, because obviously Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'd say that's nice about it is I had a client the other day. It was a female, and she was like, "I want to call you Edward so bad," and it was crazy. Like she loved it, like as if I was somebody.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm nobody. I'm just a guy that cuts hair in a school bus. But the name works still. She's like, "I want to call you Edward so bad, but I know it's not Edward."
But that's almost what's good about it is that you definitely made it your own brand. You rebranded it, but people still associate it with something that was familiar. So it's cool. You can take something familiar and still flip it.
It's different, but it's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works, but it's not.
I think it goes with your brand as well, because if you were fucking selling hot dogs and it was scissor hands, it would make no fucking sense.
Yeah. It'd be hot dog hands.
Yeah, it'd be hot dog hands or pipe hands.
Yeah, like wifey doesn't want me to get any tattoos on my hands, but I've been having dreams of putting.
Of these, you don't want these problems.
I've been having dreams of putting like scissors all over my hands.
Let's start with henna.
No.
Do a little henna.
I think I have to do this because this thing is going far. But I like that now because of my Jamaican friends that call me these things. That like if I ever want to expand, like the podcast is called Man Called SCIZZA.
Yeah. But it's still, again, it's like coming off of scissor hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with evolving. Like I said, our logo has evolved, and that started as like, I have a different logo on the shop door as I have on the shop wall. And that started as just a shirt design that I liked so much that I was like, this could be a secondary logo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
The door
evolving just
door
comes.
design
It'll come naturally, yeah.
Yeah, the door design definitely, the sticker, definitely. And the fact that you have the state of Florida.
That's what sold me on it, yeah, exactly.
So how long would you say? How many years of being a barber before you decided I'm gonna open my own shop with this Cuts for Sale brand?
I don't know.
The reason why I ask is because I want people to have perspective on things don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, there's been a lot of, like stepping stones in life that have got me where I'm at now.
It could have been shorter
And,
time.
and yeah, it could have been shorter. I don't know. I just think everything happens for a reason. Like trials and tribulations, good and bad.
Sure, it builds you to where you need to be to do it.
And we've had real talks here in the shop about, oh, would you take back this or take back that time in your life? And yeah, maybe that time wasn't ideal, but it also molds us to who we are. Oh, like our community. Me and Landon grew up blocks apart from each other. So I don't want to say we grew up in poverty, but we definitely didn't grow up very far from wealthy. So that kind of like molds you to who you are. Like, I wouldn't want to be raised in a wealthy family.
I'd say
coming
everybody-
upon wealth now is
I'd say everybody in our neighborhood is slightly struggling,
yeah.
especially now. Now that I'm older and I'm in the same
It's
neighborhood,
even worse, bro.
there's more people living in one house than there used to be.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact people are struggling.
Because, dude, the prices are right now here, dog. It's ridiculous. It's
And I wouldn't say it's a bad area where like shit goes down, but it's hood environment because we're low income, you know, and we grew up that way. It's not poverty so much, but it's low income.
Yeah.
very low.
So to shorten up and like a quick like synopsis of going from shop to shop, in between that, getting invited to hair shows, being sponsored by some of these bigger
I didn't get
companies.
that experience.
Exactly.
That's great experience.
So even when you were talking about how you working at the shop with me, I used to hear people talking in school when the instructor would ask, like, what do you want to do? Everyone always said they wanted to own their own shop. But I feel like it's important to have that shop experience. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not a end goal, you know, not an end game, but shop experience provides you with that experience. You know
Even
what
though
I'm
I'm by myself in the bus, the shop experience
Exactly.
helped me provide the shop, the solo shop experience that I give now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then I can tailor it to each person.
exactly.
What I'm putting on the TV, music, what we're talking about, if we're talking.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally catered specifically to the person that's in the chair at the moment, because there's most of the time there's nobody else in the bus.
But that's what it is. It's through all your overall situations and scenarios that have molded this experience that you're giving your clients now. So with me, with going from shop to shop, started doing some of these hair shows. Then I got the invitation to teach at a school. So just all that consolidated together, from shops to hair shows to teaching at a school, which teaching at a school is like a small version of a hair show. Where a hair show, you're speaking to a crowd. Now teaching in the school, it's more on a direct audience. So more personal experience.
So it was I say it's about 4 years of you gathering up experience before you decided.
Yeah, it had to be at least 4 to 6 before I had that goal in my mind. And then it was teaching that provided me with another outlet of, now I have students that could be potential barbers for my shop.
Yeah.
Where before, you know, thinking business, people just think, oh, they want to open a shop. They don't think about, I have to fill the shop with barbers. So me teaching was like almost it paid me, because money was good, but money was nowhere near what I make in the barbershop.
Yeah.
It provided me with an opportunity to build these students up that have an appreciation for me as a mentor that could possibly be potential barbers working for me.
Especially if they like the way you presented to them, the way you were teaching.
Yeah.
That's clientele and possible employees.
I have in the shop right now, I had one barber that was a student at my school that wasn't my direct student, but was a student at one of the schools I taught at. And I have another barber that was my direct student, from not knowing nothing to scratch to being the busiest barber in this shop. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was
Which is
from
Danny.
Yeah, Danny, exactly.
What's his Instagram? Shout out his Instagram. Give him that shout out.
For real, Danny G Cuts.
Yee. Hit
Actually,
him up. Hit him
actually
up.
just had a baby yesterday. New
Ooh,
kid.
Congrats, bro. Congrats. You know, mine's on the way. Yeah, that's fire, bro. That's fire. It's crazy that we came from barber school and now you're giving people a place to make their money, bro.
Yeah.
You can help somebody, and then by the time you know it, they might be working with
You gave me a place to make my money.
Yeah.
Like,
You feel me?
it's fucking amazing, bro.
It's nice to be able to do it. Or even now, like, I look at my kid's 14, so she's going to be able to work. She's at the age where she could work. That was a foundational key of me opening a shop.
Let people work at 14? What, Publix?
Public.
Yeah, 14, 15, something like that. But I thought it's cool about owning a business in general, that I've always heard stories of kids working for their parents, but never did I think that was a possibility. So now me owning a shop, that my kid could be here to run the social media or wash hair or direct traffic or be a secretary or just things to give her some type of work experience, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
That's just a blessing because then on top of that, you never know what type of experience she's gonna get under somebody else's condition.
Exactly.
Because, like I've been to so many jobs that I hate the manager. They treat you like shit.
Yeah.
And you never know how they're gonna treat your daughter.
And-
That might swerve her another direction. You know?
Well,
Yeah.
she's also looking at you, so it's motivation.
Exactly.
So, my next question: overall mindset. How do you stay motivated and not bored? Which I kind of understand your overall mindset. It's that hustler, entrepreneur mindset, and that motivation comes from, you know, being able to give other people opportunities, knowing where you came from, and being able to help people come from where you came from, but maybe do it faster. But how do you keep that mindset? How do you keep that overall motivation to keep going and not get bored?
So you know me in general that I feel like never do I feel like I'm better than anybody, but you know my mindset as far as my work ethic where it comes to like working out or work or anything that I touch that I very much like to be competitively the best. Knowing that I'll never be the best at anything I do, but I always have that drive to pursue more. So
what's that saying, bro? Like
you talked about it in one of your other podcasts.
Any day, some
Hard work beats talent.
hard work beats talent.
Besides that, one of my other past students, shout out to Cody the barber. Cody gave me a saying that I never heard before. In the Army, he was a sapper, which a sapper, their motto, it's up there like with Rangers and things like that. It's one of the more elite groups. That a sapper, their motto is jack of all trades, master of none. And why that sounds kind of weird, like, oh, you're a master of none, I always liked that because that was always me. I'm good at everything. I'm not the best. Landon might be better than me at drawing or fixing cars or whatever, but anything I set my mind to, I become very good at because I become fixated on that. You know what I'm saying? So just to compare it to the gym, because it's an easy analogy, where I'm very self-motivated. I work very hard in the gym. I push myself. I wake up at 5 in the morning. I hit the gym again, second time in the day. I've coached and trained friends and things like that. That's me. I'm very self-motivated, where some people need a trainer to push them, which is not wrong. It's not wrong to need someone to push you or coach you, maybe into something that you're not as comfortable in. But just like that, I built that discipline with there, which I just carry over to barbering or to now, you know, I'm doing the gaming thing. Whatever, I'm very good at pushing that mentality over. So I'm very good at self-motivating.
Yo, make sure you tell them the YouTube and everything. Make sure you tell these.
Oh, man. So
they gotta view this shit.
Just real quick, you guys can catch Cuts for Sale anywhere. So that's another achievement that I have Cuts for Sale on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I have that same name, that same spelling everywhere, which is a rarity. I'm just thankful for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. Very lucky.
That's not
I have it everywhere except Instagram. One guy has that shit. Let me catch him in person, boy.
It's gonna be problems.
What? Give me your password right now, boy. I'm gonna delete this shit.
But yeah, I've been, just to answer, I've been very self-motivated. I push myself. I make short-term as well as long-term goals. Right now, I'm actually in a weird place that I've never been in because I've always had, you know, future goals and things like that. But quarantine, us being in quarantine, very much gave me the perspective of
Quarantine.
Exact.
Florida quarantine.
Florida quarantine. Florida teen. That gave me the time to kind of just like appreciate how far I've come. You know what I'm saying? I try to be very humble. I try not to like pat myself on the back, but that gave me the time to sit down, a forced break, a forced vacation, just to honor all my prior
and you
achievements.
survived it, bro. Your shop survived it. Your business survived
and very many people didn't. But being in that state of very not working all day, you know what I'm saying, very much calm, very much to myself, it just made me appreciate all that I've been through. And I like it because I'm not the type to sit comfortable. So it was more of a push, like, yo, you've done this, you could do more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what's the next step. Maybe another shop. You know, I'm not exactly sure, but
This guy.
Another shot.
This guy has my question.
but
I see.
but being that I've got to acknowledge
Got them
my
shits on your watch?
maybe I got a couple of
Because
them.
I swear, bro, you're looking at my questions.
That's next shot.
But getting the time to acknowledge my past and my past achievement, which we very much rarely do. You know, we're so caught up in the now, we don't
What's
think of
next, what's
we don't look at all that we've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like, I very much feel that I'm in success because I wasn't supposed to be where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? You know more personally, that would be another podcast of like past trials and tribulations of struggles, again, growing up not wealthy, being incarcerated, just a lot
See,
of
that's something y'all didn't even know. We didn't even talk about.
exactly.
But
That's a big setback on your life, and still
you may think it's a setback.
and you still, but some people will. Some people will take that a big setback and will not overcome it. You feel
Exactly. So that's one thing I like that he touched on. Like, we don't even have to go into detail, but saying that he was incarcerated lets you know that you can be incarcerated, come out, and still achieve what you want to achieve. It's not too
me?
late.
Still come up on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still come up
So
on top.
it's not even necessarily a setback. It could be just growth. And anybody that thinks it's a setback is just kind of just counting themselves out, bro.
I think it's just a reset. So I always have that as a like a footnote where I've been on rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Not rock bottom like as a kid, as an adult, being pushed back to rock bottom and starting over. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that you've already done that before is almost like you don't want to be there again.
Fuck no.
But you know, through hard times like now, like quarantine was a very hard time financially for any business, but me in
Yeah,
general.
that's actually what got the bus completed enough
During
for me to
quarantine?
be where I'm at. Yeah.
See, and as I've seen some people strive.
That's
during
why I
quarantine.
didn't come back, because I was able to get the bus finished enough where, since I couldn't stop my bills,
Yeah.
so I was able to cut during when we weren't supposed to.
The time when no one was supposed to be cutting.
You know,
6 feet.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of new clients during quarantine.
facts. And my clients made the decision to come there. I didn't force anybody with a gun to there. But it got me to the point where I could cut out of the bus, and it was just like, this is what I built it for.
Yeah.
Well, why go back to a shop?
When we get put in these hardships and these weird situations,
That's when I perform.
that's when you perform. Again, like I never wanted to be in that
Fight or die,
situation,
bro. Fight or die.
but it was almost like getting there, feeling bad for yourself for a second, and then being like, I've been here before, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? It's that fight or flight mentality, you know?
Every time I made a decision,
Try this shit or not?
when it was to go to barber school, after barber school, when it was to go to that first shop that you got me into, when I left there to go to Cool Cuts, when I left Cool Cuts to be a plumber, when I stopped plumbing to come here, when we were in quarantine and I finished the bus to be in the bus, every time that those decisions happened, I was forced into a situation where it was either grow or die.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a switch. Like
Yeah.
you have to pick one or.
And
one
I like going back to the beginning. I played basketball since I was like 3 or 4 years old, and that's why we still play. You
Yeah.
know, and just that mentality of being in a situation where it's like you either lose or win. It built me to have the personality to be in these positions where it's either fly or die.
But see, that also goes back to how we said when we were raised. I feel like we have that from the previous generation, that hard work ethic. You know what I'm saying? We have that. Where you say you have the new school that they don't know about this work ethic. They just know about the right now. And yeah, they have technology and they have a lot of good things. We still have that hard work ethic with the technology age, and we kind of just merge it in between, you know?
So I was lucky. I will call it lucky. Some people would say it's not lucky that my father wasn't in the picture like he should have been.
Yeah,
you
it wasn't
know?
active.
He wasn't a bad person, but he didn't want to step up into the position he had to step up into at the time, and I'm in that position now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my wife is pregnant. I'm having
Congrats.
thank you.
Hey,
I'm having a little boy,
baby sister.
and little scissor hands.
Mini scissors.
Yeah, I actually don't want him to cut hair. I want better for him, you know, because this is a very hard industry, and it puts you through shit that I don't think anybody should go through. But my father wasn't there like he should have been, and I watched my mom work 2 jobs that all the men that I know in life right now wouldn't work. My mom worked harder than all the men I know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So every time I wake up, like, I can't complain. What am I gonna complain? I'm not gonna complain. I watched my mom go through this shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I have an advantage, and I'm lucky to be in that situation because, well, I'm lucky to have the mindset to take it in this way,
Yeah.
where I look at that situation and I say, you know what? If my mom can go that hard, as a man, because men through human existence were warriors, right? As a man, I have to go hard. There's no excuse. There's no complaining. There's no being tired.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm sore. I hurt. You know, whatever it is, bro. Like, I sprained my ankle and it was swollen, just like I remember you did.
Yeah.
And we still came to work and we stand here for 8, 12 hours a day. Ain't no complaining, bro. And if you complaining, you're not a man.
Yeah.
Because my mom's more of a man than you if you're complaining, you know? So I feel like our generation, plus if you were in a situation like mine, it should motivate you
Yeah.
to go hard, like to work hard.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, like that's where me and you, we're different. You know, me and you are different. Like
100%.
different goals, different life decisions, different life routes, different relationships, different jobs, you know? But I feel like me and you have always been on the same page. Just like I have a handful of friends like that.
With all those differences, we're on the same
Where I
page.
could not talk to someone for a while, and when we pick up, it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like how
Yeah,
me and you
me
always
too.
catch up.
Yeah.
Because there's something in there, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know if it's a drive or whatever, but there's something in there that we have the same chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We understand each other.
We relate.
Yeah, we relate to that. And I think that's cool. And also, in our generation, just like, not to say you're not told, not to say wifey doesn't tell you, but like, you know what I'm saying? You've done good. You've accomplished good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of a lot of my friends
Facts.
that have accomplished so much, whether I say it all the time or not. Because that's the thing. I feel like as men, we don't get it told to us enough because we're taught to be tough
we're
and
supposed
strong
to.
or whatever. And it's nice to not. We're always gonna do it. The way we're wired, we're always gonna achieve. We're always gonna figure out an obstacle. We're gonna get through it. But just to be acknowledged that, like, I know you're working hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't get that enough. That's why I try to tell my friends, you know, here and there when I get the chance, like, yo, like, you're doing good. Don't try to compete with me. Don't try to compete with him. Don't try to compete with your neighbor. You're doing good for you. Just keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying?
Not that I want people to say that to me, because I don't do any of that thinking that people are going to say that to me. I do it because I like to do it.
Yeah.
But it does feel good, and we don't get it enough because I feel like, not saying men don't matter, but also saying men don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to take the blunt of life. We're supposed to take the hard situations, and we're supposed to just eat it up.
Bro. It's the acknowledgement, bro. It really is.
But-
It's just the acknowledgement, because, Doug, you cut hair, say you cut hair 8-9 hours a day, right? Every single day, Monday through Friday, Saturday, whatever, right?
I don't get to look at my phone. I get to do nothing. I
No
just
one
cut.
ever tells you, damn, your haircuts are good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how bad that is, though? Can you imagine how much all that work you put in and you've never heard?
Luckily, I'm at the point now where people say it.
Well, you
People,
feel that acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the bus. Remember, like my girlfriend, she sees all the podcast shows.
Mm-hmm.
And now from just her seeing the show, she wants to see the bus in person.
Yeah.
You feel me? She's like, oh, I want to go
but
see
before
it.
it would have been like whatever.
It would have been whatever. But you see, just for her being excited to see what you've already, it shows appreciation that your hard work has become something that now somebody wants to see.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, my girls talked about it like, damn, I want to go see the bus. I've seen it because I added the videos.
Yeah.
So she's seen it a billion times, but she's never been in the bus.
He gets to feel that with
Mhm.
his shop and the barbers he has in here and the client feedback.
Yeah.
I get to feel that
It's
with the
that
bus
appreciation.
and the
Sometimes
client
you don't
feel
even
back.
gotta hear the, yo, good job. It's sometimes just that body, that energy that someone
But
brings to the table.
I'm hearing people love the podcast, so then now that's appreciation for you.
Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Because even though me and him are here talking, you're behind the scenes, you're not on camera right now, but this is you.
Yeah.
The reason why this is on YouTube and the reason why this is put together
You wanna push
to me nicely, it's obviously going to get better over time.
It's gonna get always better.
It's you, bro. It's
Always
you.
gonna get better.
So we getting close to the end. We about to end this. So you kind of said what's next, but I'm going to ask you again.
Tell me.
What's on your mind that's next? Even though it may not be what's next, what is what are you planning? What are you thinking? What are the gears in your head gearing to? Like,
I'm at like I said, kind of a weird place where being an entrepreneur and being successful in this career, I don't want to make it sound like I've done everything, but I honestly, I have done everything within this career, within this realm, you know?
I think so.
So,
besides having like your own product brand or something, you've done everything.
And that's even a thing. So that was even something that I was going to do until it got tainted, because I started seeing so many people do it,
So
you
many
know?
people are doing
So it was like kind of, I lost my interest in it, you know? So
Same thing.
So I'm at the point where I could just be like an entrepreneur and like invest in properties or invest in other businesses, like make like financial investments if I wanted to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be barbering. What's next is what's next.
Exactly. I don't specifically know. Like, you know, as of recently, and I'll just touch on it like a little bit, how I started getting in this gaming realm. I had a bunch of clients that are gamers, which I never would have seen myself getting into. And I did a play off of the name, where this is Cuts for Sale. For the gaming page, it's called Sniper for Sale, being heavy on Call of Duty and Call of Duty Warzone. And I look at it, if you step back and look at more than a video game, I looked at it from a business point of view. I saw how people are branding themselves, how they're making money at home during quarantine. These gamers were making money. And I cut several clients that literally their full-time job is playing video games. But it's more than the whole gaming. It's creating an atmosphere, creating an audience, anything
Like
with
we're
business.
doing right now, yeah.
Exactly. It's everything to do with business. And I've tapped into that realm now. Not to say it's forever, but that's like a mini goal as of now.
Okay.
Because I can open up another shop. I can do a lot of
The thing
things.
is about the video gaming thing, just to start to cut you off, there's a lot of venues you can go.
Yeah.
You can sell merch. You can sell stickers for controllers.
Yeah.
You can sell. There's so much.
Sniper for Sale, fucking tees and
I'm
shit.
just saying,
Yeah.
Sniper for Sale for tees. You can sell controller vinyl. Sniper for Sale. You can sell thumbsticks.
And you know
There's
what?
So many,
And you know what? That's what's cool with almost any industry now, that now you have those things around it. You know, you could be like I don't know how many times we've dropped a shirt and people want to buy it. Where I'm dropping a shirt just for the barbers, just so we look in unison, we look in uniform, and people are like, yo, I want a shirt. Like, I didn't make these for you guys to buy, but people are liking it that much. So,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter what industry you're in. You might have a shirt that gets popular, or you know what I'm saying, or something else. I don't know, a phone case or whatever the case is.
Just do everything
You might
you
have a
like.
merchandise that pops off, because I know specifically someone that he was designing shirts that were tailored to University of Miami. He was doing shirts, just doing, you know, cool little logos on shirts for the gaming. I mean, for the UM game. You threw me off.
what the fuck is he doing to others?
Yeah. He was doing
It's a merch plug.
He was doing shirts tailored to the Hurricane games, and he had one specific design that popped off, got put on ESPN. He woke up the next morning with like 1 million orders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
I'm not sure he had that as a plan, but it took off. Exactly. So anything could pop off, you know?
Anybody who's a fan of what you're doing, say if it's not just say you're putting out shirts for countries,
Yeah.
right? If somebody's a fan of just the brand and they're a fan of just coming here,
Yeah.
and they buy a shirt for wherever you sell it, it's honestly the best advertisement you can get.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's happening for me, though.
Because the fact that of a person wearing your shirt and then someone says, "Yo, Cuts4sale, what is that?" And them wearing it already shows that they already had a good experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna wear a Lord of the Rings shirt and
That
say,
they don't like.
"The movie's trash."
Yeah.
100%.
But that's the thing. It's also like, that's something that I've learned from business seminars, which you're already ahead of the game on, where it comes to being ready. You know what I'm saying? So if someone likes it, you already have your online store.
I appreciate it, because I don't feel ready.
But you already had it. Where I've heard specifically entrepreneurs that have maybe came up with some type of catchy brand, and all of a sudden people want to buy it and they don't have it there. They're not ready. So at least you're already ready with the online store, which is
So if I come up with something that
exactly. So and that's what I'm saying. Just to say, not to say I'm going that route, but say I started focusing more on the clothing aspect of it. I could drift from the barbering and just go into the clothing realm off of a brand that started with barbering. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean this is the end goal.
That answered my question. You're like me. We're artists, so we're really just going with what we feel, and if we feel it enough, we're gonna put our all into it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna push it with our
If
all.
if it makes sense.
We're gonna push it with our all
Yeah.
to make it work. You know, and even if it works to the point where we make a living off of it, or not, we're gonna make it work enough to make some kind of income off.
And that's what it could, because it could be short term. It could be something that, like her with the gaming right now, maybe I'll lose interest in it. For now, I'm interested in it, which is a whole other job. Same thing with everything you're doing. It's videos, it's content, it's pictures. You know, it's all social media platforms. So it's another job. Maybe I lose interest in it and I drop it. That's not a failure. That's just a small business venture that I put aside. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You gotta try, because
Yeah,
even
the same way you tried this barbershop, you would have never. If you didn't try, you would never
Exactly.
be where you are right now.
100%.
Same thing. If I never would have tried and got a mic or try and get I would not be here with y'all.
Bro, there were
First
so
step is
many
the best
people
step, man.
that
First
told
step
me
is the
a
best step.
barber bus was gonna be ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all walk in, does it feel ghetto?
Nah,
Not
bro,
at
I'm
all.
chilling.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just do what you feel. And
Be unique, bro. Be unique.
right now, what we're doing today, we're talking, we're behind these cameras. There was people when I was in Cool Cuts telling me to do this.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, but for some reason I never pursued it. I guess it wasn't time.
And so again,
What's it
maybe
mean?
maybe it just
Huh?
wasn't
Was
the
it me
time
that
for
just-
it.
I came into your life, you're like, yo, fuck it, Benny has a camera, mic.
I think it was you and the bus being ready, because now I have my own.
Now you have a product, like
we were talking
I'm
about it
on-
for like months, and we're like, you know what? It's just an image.
But in Cool Cuts, the way me and Chris were, and I would love in the future, maybe this podcast gets rebranded to something else, not Man Called SCIZZA.
Yeah.
Right now it's Man Called SCIZZA because of what I went through to get here, and that's my name, and that's what people call me. And you know, I want people to know the Man Called SCIZZA, what I went through to get here,
But-
what my guests that are on this show went through to get here. And that's why I call it that. But eventually, maybe I have more than just me on here with the guests. Maybe you. Maybe you're not behind the camera no more. Maybe we bring Strong Arm on here, because the interactions we had with clients when we were at Cool Cuts, people were literally telling us to make a podcast
Yeah.
because they had so much fun.
Genuine.
When they were sitting there getting cuts by us, we was laughing so much we couldn't cut these people. They loved it. They loved the energy. They loved the just the atmosphere,
It's the
bro.
experience, bro.
Mhm.
And like some people come to a barbershop maybe to fall asleep on a chair, but it is what it is. But some people come here for an experience, bro.
But and that's what it is too. I feel like the shop has always been very unique in that sense, where it's just a vibe. Like it was the word vibe before vibe was a popular word. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the atmosphere. People didn't know how to tell their girlfriend, like, yo, why were you at the shop for 3 hours? Like, yo, we were vibing. I don't know what to tell you.
bro.
Let me tell you something. From getting cuts from
I'll be home in an hour.
from Bruce, from Landon. I think I've got a cut from you. I think a cut from Breeze.
Beauty Bruce.
Just coming from going from shop to shop, you can tell how shop is.
Yeah.
Going from a shop from a friend, you know, like he used to work at a shop and he didn't like it. You can go into a shop and be like, oh, this is one of those shops that all they do is talk about is bitches or
Yeah.
sports, or they're funny. These are comedian barbers.
Mhm.
You can tell when you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
into a barbershop. Like there's been barbershop I
Ah,
hate
same
going to
Yeah.
because I already know how the barbers are. They like to talk shit. They use a lot of profanity.
Gossip or something.
They gossip too much, or it's too ghetto.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. South Florida, you're gonna find ghetto barbershops.
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
Gonna find barbers that are drunk cutting your hair. I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you.
There's all kinds of
There's
stuff.
barbers that literally smell like weed. You know, there's different barbershops I've been to where I'm like, damn, this is not the experience I would like to come
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying? Because some people come here to chill. This is your me time. This is, hey, being a man, this is our pampering time.
Yeah. it
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, we're not getting our nails done. We're not getting.
Yeah, this is
That's
our
the vibe.
manicure,
But this is-
pedicure.
We with the
hairstyle.
bros, bro.
Yeah,
We
come
with
to
the
a
bros.
barbershop to have a good time. Same thing when I come to the bus. Yo, me and Landon always got a good time. We're talking
Yeah.
shit. We're either laughing.
Like,
we're
we
talking
can't-
about
I can't even
future
cut
shit,
people's
we're
hair,
talking
bro.
About, you know, the future. We're talking about anything, but it's always a good time. So every time I go to Landon, I know I'm gonna have a good time.
But see, that's when it comes back to, we call ourselves barbers, but
No,
we're psychologists.
Yeah.
I was
We're
gonna say that.
we're advisors,
Yo,
financial
shit,
advisors.
I
like-
talk to Landon about everything, bro. Everything.
Sometimes I feel like clients wait to see me to vent
Yeah.
some shit,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And sometimes it's too heavy where like I'm not ready for it.
Bro, my advice has kept relationships together, bro.
Yes, facts.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
I try my best to give good advice because I know everything I've done, everything I've been through, people kind of take me serious at this point, and I try not to give bullshit advice, and I try to do the best I can, even if I haven't been there to be even given this advice. Just from my my watching other people and trying to learn from them, I try to give the advice based on anything I've seen.
It's funny because I like to consider myself young, as many gray hairs as I have. But literally, like, me and Landon, we're OGs in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I specifically has been doing this so long that it's so funny now having everyone here younger than me asking for helps and tips and advice, and it's like I'm providing them with guidance, you know, like just through trials and tribulations, through things we've been through life experiences. Now that we're able to coach the next generation.
And I don't even like being coached. It's too much pressure, bro.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like
But because you feel like, because you're humble and you feel like you're still making mistakes yourself. So it's like, how can I tell you? But
I ain't shit, bro. I ain't shit yet. But I'm hoping through this podcast, and it's crazy to think about the reason why we're here with these cameras is me.
Yeah.
It's
This was,
I don't feel like it is, but it is.
This was your idea from the beginning. You approached me with the idea, and I was just like, yo, I'm down with it.
It's
I'm
crazy to
myself.
fathom
I'm trying
that,
to, I'm trying to quit my 9 to 5. I'm trying to get to, the point where I could say, damn, no one's my boss. You feel me? And that's when you approached me with it. I was in the same mentality. I'm like, yo, fuck it, let's do it. And dog, we're honestly, the sky's the limit with it.
It's hard for me to fathom that, but like you said, I guess I am humble because I ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't shit. I'm not nowhere yet. I'm still trying to buy a fucking house, but I say that to motivate other people.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to put in work. Nothing happens overnight. Randomly it does, but sometimes when things happen overnight, it doesn't mean it's longevity.
So that's funny because that's like something I was going to touch on. We have shop meetings here. We try to have like a meeting once a month, and I was going to touch on the word opportunity. And just like that, where you say like nothing happens overnight, with these guys, what I wanted to express to them is that just say you get a high-end client or whatever. Say they're referred by a friend.
Yeah.
Some people think like, oh, that's crazy chance, but it's really, it's an opportunity because of the hard work you put into that client you already had. So maybe you've already established a great relationship with someone and they refer someone. So even though it seems like overnight or out of nowhere, it's still you put in hard work to get there. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only way I gain my
Landon
clients.
put in hard work with the barber industry. Landon's putting in hard work now with the whole YouTube and the podcast. You're still putting in hard work. Maybe you don't see it, but you put in so much work here that you deserve this little freebie that you're getting over here, you know?
And you can't let yourself get unmotivated by seeing other people maybe excel a little faster. Because I actually today, man, this is like a perfect example, and we'll kind of wrap it up with this. But I followed this girl that bought a Harley back when I had my Harley.
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of into the videography and stuff. And she would record her rides and stuff like that. And she started posting on YouTube, and I had more followers than her. I looked at her YouTube today.
Yeah.
And she's almost at 50K subscribers.
Wow.
I'm not even close. Like I'm not even at 1,000 yet. And I want people to see this because I want people to be motivated. And seeing her videos, I went and looked at her videos, and she's fucking 200K. My biggest video is 300K. And it doesn't not motivate me. It doesn't like make me depressed. It doesn't make me like say I want to stop. It makes me like,
does it
damn,
motivate
bro,
you more?
She just bought a Harley and she did this shit. I could have did that with my Harley. That means I can do it with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it didn't make me sad that I seen her grow faster than me. It made me motivated.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? I gotta try a little harder.
But some people might have taken it differently. Good thing that you went there, or you have that mentality to look at it that way.
But that's why I want to do this. Is
Yeah.
To if people do watch it and they see this, it's gonna make their mentality.
Well, what I like about this is you're providing some people that don't know me or don't know Strong Arm or don't know Josh or don't know any of the guests you have, that it gives them another platform. That's the whole cross branding. That's like the whole bringing your friends with you type thing. People that you've encountered in the past, people that I've encountered in the past, you could help each other. Maybe I'm stronger in this and you're stronger in that. It's nice to throw people a bone and help them out.
That's why I wanted to come here. I wanted people to see what you built, because I was there before this existed. I cut your hair before I even knew you wanted to cut hair,
Mm-hmm.
and ran into you at barber school, and we kind of built together at the same time. And I built my way and you built your way, but I wanted to be here to show them.
It's so cool how it still comes together with the whole sense of barbering. You know how you left your normal location inside the bus to come here into a barbershop, but it's still barbering. Like, not that we planned that, not that, but the way it worked out was kind of cool.
Yeah. My videos don't even have to pertain to barbering, but I just...
Yeah. It's good as a stepping stone, though.
It is. I just want people to come out their comfort zone. I want people to come out the box. If any of y'all watched Kanye's new
Drink Champs,
he talks about going outside the norm and not being so controlled by what the norm is, man. Like, and there's a lot of people that talk about that. The norm is you have to go to school, you have to go to college, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, and you don't.
Yeah.
Just work hard. That's it.
The problem is that too many people just have that tunnel vision. Like, it's, you have good friends when they're not all agreeing with you, when they're giving you different perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
So fucking true.
That's kind of what you need. And also you being open to a different perspective. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just to entertain
you
it.
have to have the mindset. You have to have the mindset, bro. You have to. If it comes down, say, if I gave, same way. Like, if I were to give you $1 million, what are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna invest it, right? Try to make that mill turn into 2.3.
Some
or
people
4.5.
some people blow it.
Some people are gonna fucking blow it.
Yeah.
So it's all. I feel like it comes down.
I might blow it. I might blow it.
And you might blow it, but you might still.
You'd try to invest
You
it.
feel me? You would try to probably make that $1 million go.
Yeah.
You definitely open another barbershop.
I'll blow a couple bands, though.
I would.
You get this any Smojo mill here in South Florida, they're probably gonna blow it, and they're gonna be broken like maybe 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because they don't know how to invest, they don't know how to make money, they don't know how to do shit. Like the other day, I posted on Facebook. It's sad that there's some people that don't know how to make money out there 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Dog, if you go on TikTok, there's people making customized shoes
Yeah.
for money. There's people making customized glasses.
People cleaning.
With
There's
their
people
own
cleaning.
permanent markers and
Yeah.
paint.
There's people cleaning shoes for
There's
it.
people that cleaning shoes. There's money. There's people, dog, and Two Chain has this show called Expensive as Fuck. There's this guy selling canned air.
From the Himalayan mountains.
And he's making bread. So I don't
We
even
breathing it
care
right
what
now.
you
Yo,
say.
for real.
There's money to be made off of anything.
Yes.
You just gotta know your niche, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta know your niche. That's all.
You just gotta go hard and be
You
consistent.
gotta be
bro.
hard, yeah. You gotta go hard, you gotta go consistent, you gotta know what the fuck you're going for.
But that's it. Go hard, be consistent, don't count yourself out, stay motivated. Everything you go through in life is an experience. And that's it, bro. Tell them what's up. Tell them all your shit to find you, bro.
Yo.
This is the end of it.
First
I
of
don't
all,
even know if we have enough memory left for this shit.
Yo, for real, this is a good one. Don't worry about the personals. Who is Yoshi? If you want to check that out. But business wise, Cuts for Sale. CUTS number 4 SALE on all platforms right here. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Do that. You want to check out the gaming Sniper for Sale. Check that out everywhere too. YouTube Cuts for Sale as well. Through that, you'll find everything. That's the web right there.
Hell yeah. So I want y'all to go like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? SCIZZAhands.com. Pick up your merch. You can get barber merch. You can get Scissor Hands merch. I got a Christmas hoodie up right now.
That Christmas hoodie.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. We out.